Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7. And I should try to not say just Facebook because we are live on YouTube as well. So welcome to the Thursday YouTube and Facebook Live. Hopefully you guys had a good day. I changed out of my nighttime pajamas and I got into my daytime pajamas. So I am still actually in my daytime pajamas until it is time for bed, and then I'll change back into my nighttime pajamas. So you can kind of say I had an amazing day. I actually did run a couple errands in my pajamas today, and my daughter was like, "Oh, I cannot believe you are going out in your pajamas. They are so comfortable, and I think I might wear them tomorrow and Saturday too." And it is the new year, so if you guys have any great plans for the new year, definitely let me know. We will have Lucas, our grandson, and we're going to let the kids go out and have fun. So we are going to babysit all night long. This will be the third, I think, time he spent the night, so we're super excited for that. So if you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Today's card is going to be a fun fold. I love doing fun folds, and this one is so easy and it is so stinking cute. And I kind of made it, I used the new Valentine's Day designer series paper, but the sentiment doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, and I actually think I might give this to my husband because the sentiment literally is like perfect. But it doesn't even have to be just for your husband. It could be for your girlfriend, one of your daughters, one of your daughter-in-laws. Literally, the sentiment could be for any occasion. So I'm super excited to show you guys. Good evening, Heather, Mary, Darlene, welcome. So let me point you over and we are going to start crafting. So this is the set that I pulled in. So this is the stamp set and the punch. It is a bundle. It is in the brand new catalog, and it's actually January 5th that we can start ordering this. And I love the two-tone stamping of the hearts, and I love these hearts that you could punch out, and the Happy Valentine's Day. I love that we are friends. This could be every single one of you, and I actually might send some of those out. But I didn't want to use the stamp set that coordinates with it. Even though it totally matches, I wanted to bring in a different sentiment. And I brought in "You Are My Happy Place." So like I said earlier, this could definitely be for any person, friend, daughter-in-law, daughters, husband, girlfriends, literally anybody. You are my happy place. So I really, really like that sentiment. So that's what we're going to be using for this card. But the punch not only cuts out the stamp set, but it does cut out the designer series paper. So you do have to trim these down for the punch to fit in, but it punches out the heart and these two little leaves as well. But this is the designer series paper that matches it. Absolutely beautiful, stunning. You can tell I've already used this a couple times, but we're going to use these two pieces tonight. And these hearts, they are super duper easy to fussy cut. There is no punch for them, but literally I fussy cut, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 of these already, and it was super quick. So you can tell the designer series papers that I have been playing with, but I love the bike. My girlfriend who lives in DC, Kelly, her husband works at a bike shop, and she always loves the bike. So I think she's going to definitely love that designer series paper. But there's so many beautiful pieces in this set. And it does coordinate with the Valentine's Day set, but again, it doesn't have to just be Valentine's Day. So that's the paper we're going to be using. And let me show you the fun card. Oh, there it is. So here is the fun fancy fold. So it says, "You Are My Happy Place." And there really isn't a whole lot of stamping. It's literally just the sentiment on the bottom. And I punched out the heart and the little leaves beside it. So when you open it, it goes like this. So it is a super cute and fun fancy fold. So that is what we're going to be playing with. Well, hello, Mom. I actually haven't seen you on a live. I see you comment, but I don't really get to say hi because I don't ever see it. So hello, Mother. So let's bring in, it's still not showing up on my iPad. It will one of these years. It'll figure it out. But here is your basic white, your thick basic white cardstock. This measures measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So we're gonna take this score and fold this in half. We do have to do a couple little things to our card base before we can start assembling. But I did want to go over all the measurements first. So this is the bike pattern that's in that designer series paper pack, and I have two pieces that match. Both of these pieces are 4 inches by 5.25, and I'll show you what to do with those in a few minutes. This piece of regular basic white is let me flip it this way. It's 7.5 inches long by 3 inches wide, and I scored it at 3 3/4. So there's my little sticky note. I did put it in the descriptions before I went live, so hopefully it is on there. And I'll go ahead and fold this piece in half. Give that a good crease, and we'll set that aside for later. And I have two pieces of coordinating cardstock and basic whites. So I am using Mint Macaroon, and this is 3.5 by 2 3/4. And then our layering piece is going to go right on top, and that is 3.25 by 2.5. So those are the measurements we need to put this super cute fun fold card together. So before we get started on the card, let's bring in our card base so we can do a little bit of cutting. You will want to have your paper trimmer handy. So we're going to open the card up, and we're going to focus on the front layer piece. So I'm going to lay this in. I'm going to put right on the score, the cut line, I'm going to put this corner, and I'm going to put this corner on the cut marks. Hopefully that is showing in the video. So we're going to line up these corners, make sure it's good and even, and we are going to cut that off. So that is what's going to give us that little fun fold. So while I have the trimmer out, I want to bring in these two pieces of designer series paper. So one is going to be on the back side, and this one is going to go on front. But I will tell you, if you have directional specific paper like this is, we want our bites going vertical and not horizontal. You do have to make sure you're cutting it a specific way. Only if you have a specific way it has to go. So just to triple check that, make sure we're doing this right, I'm just going to set this on top, and this is going to tell me I need to cut from this corner to this corner. Directional specific, that's the word I was trying. So if it's directional specific, grab your card base and just triple check and make sure you're cutting it the right way. And then I cut from corner to corner. So now we are done with that, and this piece will lay perfectly on the front of your card. It looked like it was a lot harder than what it is, didn't it? I definitely, when I saw this card, I was like, oh, how is that possible? But it definitely does work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some adhesive. Thank you, Darlene. I'm going to grab some adhesive, and it just showed up on my iPad, so now I can see comments. I don't know why it takes so long. It's a hot mess. I'm going to open this up just so I can have a little bit better of an angle, and I'm going to set this right inside so I have that 1/4 inch all the way around. There we go. And one more thing before I continue. If you do not have directional specific paper, you can use this side to make another card. But because my designer series paper is directional specific, I cannot use this piece. I could flip it over and use it for something else if I wanted to, but it doesn't fit on this angle. Just a little tip. So there is that. Let's open up our card base, and I want the opposite side showing on the inside. So it will look like that. Super easy and super fun. It literally took me no time. Once I kind of figured it out, I was like, oh, this is totally doable. I'm going to lay this on the inside and just making sure I have the same distance around all 4 sides. There we go. Super fun. I am going to go ahead and stamp before I glue this down. And I actually just need to rinse off my stamp. I'm not 100% sure if I cleaned it from the original one that I did. I want to say I did, but just to be safe so we don't cross-contaminate our colors. So I'm going to bring in my mint macaroon, and I'm going to stamp up, "You are my happy place." I should have a big sign put on my crafting door. That would be cool, because this is a happy place for so many of us. There we go. That was pretty good. And that's all the stamping we're going to do. So let me bring in the piece of designer series paper, and I'll show you how easy this is. So literally you're going to take your paper, slide it in from the top, and line this up. That is how easy. So when you're using our punches, I will give you kind of a little tutorial on it. Make sure that you're punching with your fingers like this. Don't put your hand on the inside and then punch, because this punch will squeeze the little fat on your fingers, and it does not feel good. You definitely do not want to. You'll only do it once. I'll just leave it at that. You'll only do it one time. So there, I punch those guys out. I'm going to flip it over and grab some dimensionals. I have a little bit of these edges left, so we are going to totally use those. And 4 is probably overkill for this little heart, but that's okay. It is your card. You can use a million of them if you want to. Peel that off. There we go. And now we can pick all these guys up and set it on the front of our card. There's that. And I thought the mint macaroon leaves would look perfect with the mint macaroon backing, like that. And now we can just layer this together. And then, there we go, perfect. And now we can bring in this little tiny piece, and well, not little tiny, but smaller piece. We're gonna attach. There we go. And I'm just gonna hold that down for a quick second just to make sure all that glue attaches. And I'm gonna flip it over and grab some tear tape. I honestly think the green glue would hold, but this guy is a tiny bit heavy, and this is really the only thing holding your card kind of together. So I wanted to make sure I had a really sturdy adhesive on the back. And I love our tear tape. It's amazing. So before I set this on the inside, I am just going to line this corner up, and I'm going to line up this corner. Line up the 2 corners before you set it down, because there is tear tape, and once it is down, it is down. And just like that, it's down. It's not quite straight, and I don't know. Oh, good, it did. Usually it does not lift up. Okay, let's see if I can get this a little bit better. It worked perfectly the first time. There we go. Perfect. Now you can glue that down. So there you go. There is your fun fancy fold. That is super duper easy. And you still have plenty of room to write your little sentiment. You can use the top, the bottom, and even over here. But if you're like one of my girlfriends, she says that she likes to have a big sentiment so she doesn't have to write a lot. So if you're one of those people, this is perfect for you as well. Okay, we have one more to make, and then I will let you guys get to your family. Well, hello, Debbie. How are you? It is awfully late where you are. I'm so glad you could join. So I have our thick basic white, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that. I already went through all of the measurements, so if you're just logging on and you want to know all of the dimensions for everything, you can definitely rewatch the video or take a screenshot of it prior to or after it goes live onto Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so here's my 2 pieces of cardstock, designer series paper. We're going to use 1, so we're going to cut both of these. And I could have pre-cut the second card, but I kind kind of wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do it, so I wanted to cut both of them. So I'm going to line up this score mark, and I'm going to line up the bottom tip. Hopefully you guys can see all of that. We're going to slice that off. And remember, with its directional specific, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it to make sure that I'm cutting the right direction. And as I say that, watch I cut it wrong. I'm just kidding. So there you go. Oh, you took a nap so you could stay up and watch. That's so sweet, Debbie. Thank you. I love naps. That is one thing I'm looking forward to on Saturday when Lucas comes over, is I get to take a nap. Cassie sent a year ago at this time, Lucas and I were sitting on the chair and he was sleeping on me and I had fallen asleep. And she sent it in our little group chat and she's like, some things never change. I'm like, that is so true. I will take a nap any day. Okay, gonna go ahead and line that up. That looks good. Open this up, and I want this side showing, so I'm going to put adhesive on the hearts. Line that. That looks good. And now we can start working on these guys. It is a super quick and easy card to put together, and it is, I would definitely say it's a fancy fold. I'm going to grab my Sweet Sorbet. Ink up, you are my happy place. Put that right at the bottom. Perfect. That's all the stamping we're going to do. Let's bring in designer series paper so I can punch this. So line this up. Perfect. You get a little bit of shrapnel along the way, but that's okay. You should see the craft room. Christina came over today and I told her, make sure your life insurance is paid up because my craft room is a bit of a mess. But I am working on retreat, I'm working on card class, I have lots of stuff going on. And I had to pull out 2 more tables because my table is full. But that's okay. It means I'm working and I'm crafting. All in my pajamas today because I did get out of my nighttime pajamas, but I put on my daytime pajamas. So, and I'll be in them tomorrow and Saturday and probably Sunday. But no judging from anybody because I love being in my jammies. Okay, put our heart down, put the little leaves beside it. Let's glue these together. There we go. Let's bring this guy in. Perfect. I might have to do a class doing these cards because they are definitely super fun. Put some tear tape on the back just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And peel the back off. Thank you, Christina. Welcome. So I'm going to slide this down. I think I'm going to hold it in my right hand and slide this in and line this up before I set it down. I think I was having too many fingers and hands and arms in the way. That worked a million times better. So I just lined up this score mark to this corner at the bottom and voila. Your fun folds are completely done. So let's bring them in. So here are the 2 that we just made, and here is the one that I made to show you guys what we were doing. So there are all 3 of your cards. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I thought they were super fun and cute. So a few of you, 3 of you, actually might be getting this in the mail because I haven't mailed cards out this week, and I usually try to mail cards out every single week. So I definitely need to get my assets in gear and get some in the mail. So thank you so much for joining. If you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. I still do have a couple spots open for January 7th card class. I have them at 8 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. So if anybody's interested, definitely send me a message, or I send emails out. You can definitely subscribe to my email subscription so you know what is going on in the craft room. If you need anything, please let me know. If not, I will see everybody on Tuesday, and have a happy, happy new year. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.